This episode has a lot left to do. We're going to see that clip of Stuart Alderoty performing live with Robinhood. We intend to do it. Do you believe the timing is right? Do you believe it's a coincidence that something is being prepared at Robinhood? Well, let's talk about it. Is the Australian Reserve Bank's digital currency, Ethereum, owned by Microsoft? The blockchains, I've got you covered. What's going on with Bitcoin Coinbase? Rumors about the paper are circulating. Soon the price chart for XRP appeared. There are a variety of options for you to consider, and we will discuss each one in detail, so please bear with me. Remain calm, take a seat, and catch a cold. Grab a drink, and let's use Bitcoin to dive in. 233 hours of Ethereum have passed in 59,91623 hours. As of right now, USDT and USDC are down 33%. Both USDT and USDC have finished at their respective dollar marks, while XRP has experienced an average increase of 57 cents. Where will we go with a total cryptocurrency market valuation of $1,077 billion, or 2.16%? We're on our way, folks, and the possibilities are boundless from this point forward. Australian Reserve Bank Australia states that they will give the wholesale central bank digital currency priority over retail. The Central Bank of Australia announced its intention to focus on wholesale CBDC currency. Compared to a retail version, central bank digital currency presents fewer obstacles and more potential advantages. The Reserve Bank of Australia declared that work on a wholesale central bank digital currency will take precedence over a retail version. The term wholesale digital currency, CBDC, refers to a digital token that central banks issue to banks and other financial institutions for use in everyday transactions. While all G20 nations and other countries have been looking into central banks' digital currencies, DRBA has committed to prioritizing its work agenda on wholesale digital money and infrastructure, including wholesale CBDCs. Given that a growing number of central banks are promoting their digital currencies as the future's digital currency, could Ethereum become the next Microsoft, or perhaps even the Microsoft of the blockchain? According to the research, underperformance may improve by a year's end. The Ethereum blockchain has the most active developers and users, and its market capitalization is 5 times greater than that of its closest rival. Bitwise reports that the Ethereum blockchain distributes the majority of stablecoins, and it controls over 60% of all DeFi assets. Ethereums are similar to Microsoft's blockchains. The asset manager made some intriguing remarks, and we recently witnessed Valen's little song. Is that what we can do? Let's refer to token 2049 as his nursery rhyme. Like, but well, you know, I suppose you don't care when you have all that money. I did make the forecast that Ethereum will cease to be a top coin, and I stand by it. This individual appears indifferent to the world. This is my prediction for 2025. Time will tell if it's accurate. It's just a prediction, but I have a sneaking suspicion that Ethereum will be bypassed. Then, we discovered that Stuart Alderoty was present at the GoofFin policy alongside Robinhood and Gold, and that XRP and Bitcoin Solana are vying for positions 2 and 3. While BNB and Tether are vying for positions 4 and 5, with Ethereum being left out. How fascinating is that? Now, as I mentioned in my introductory remarks, watching this movie has greatly benefited the Passero Center. In addition to Stu, we have another alert. Sandra is a Hoyer twice over. Sandra holds a master's and undergraduate degree from Georgetown University and oversees the blockchain and digital assets efforts at the World Economic Forum. It's wonderful to have you, Sandra. All right, Dan Gallagher, let's start with Dave Laval. Dave is yet another. Then we have Dan Gallagher, who has been a huge supporter of the Passero Center for more than 20 years. Dan, we first worked together on proxy voting and the power of shareholder rights in New York when you were an SEC commissioner. You spoke there. Alam is a wonderful, wonderful person who helps us in so many different ways. Her career has encompassed everything from traditional finance to managing ETFs on a grayscale platform. I'm going to give this to you, along with the panel. Thank you so much for providing the introduction. It is clear that the topic of our panel is cryptocurrency and the financial markets. However, before we proceed, Stuart and I had a conversation earlier, during which you expressed your realization that you cannot establish a robust cryptocurrency market infrastructure without first obtaining permission from regulators. I've talked to a lot of individuals in the sector, and the general belief is that the election in November is crucial. For the cryptocurrency sector, the election in November is crucial, primarily because one contender has pledged to rep many in the field believe it has been detrimental to the industry as a whole. I guess my question is aimed towards November, and I have some concerns about the election. Specifically, regarding the top line on the ticket, how significant is this cycle's presidential election for the president to the industry's longevity? The industry's longevity? Thus, I would like to say thank you. I know that Ripple has always prioritized compliance. We have been in business for 12 years, and we have always interacted with lawmakers and regulators. This election cycle, we have met with the Trump campaign and the Harris campaign, and the RNC has undoubtedly been very vocal. We have also demonstrated our support for both Republicans and Democrats at the RNC and DNC conventions. Look at their convention's 16-page, one-paragraph platform declaration. Declare unequivocally that the U.S. will end its war on cryptocurrency and become the global center of cryptocurrency. The Harris campaign has not yet gained widespread recognition. However, they have privately expressed their desire to change the policy, so I do believe this is a viable option. First and foremost, the nation's politicians must eliminate the incentive for unelected bureaucrats. It is certain that cryptocurrency is here to stay and has established itself as a credible voice in politics. We need to be heard. After all, Dan, an SEC member, was inside the SEC, so who is running these regulatory agencies to create policy through enforcement? Whether it's a Republican administration, a Democratic administration, or a combination of both, that matters. How are you feeling, Alum? When I was there in November, the election wasn't too bad, but now that I've accepted the predicate, it's a beast. Look, I believe STE is precisely correct. I believe this is a binary situation. You already know that if Trump wins this election, crypto will win if, say, Harris wins. Examine your argument. Regardless of their mutterings, proceed cautiously and remember that Moscow also has a reset button. It didn't really function all that well, but I believe it will arrive in one form or another. I do see a route leading to legislation. About the legislation, note the presence of the CEO of Robinhood, a prominent figure in the cryptocurrency industry. You know, he's sitting up there with Stu, and he's saying winds of Trump winning. It's not a coincidence, I'm sure. They had a few handshakes and conversed behind closed doors. Relist on Robinhood at XRP. Well, these are exciting times ahead. KRYP plans to release 5 hues. Scenarios, select your preferred color. He stated that older pumps are experiencing malfunctions. Let me try to make this as exciting as possible for everyone watching, keeping in mind that the bottom of this cycle is 28 cents. We're considering a $3 XRP. At least, he has momentum, as we aim to reach an all-time high of $485, which is marginally higher than the previous high of $283. If we spot it, proceed to red zone 622. Where do I stand on this? Well, given that blue would raise it to $7 and that the parabolic blow-off top would be approximately $27. Guys, this is the worst-case scenario for the apocalyptic scenario, that is if there isn't a bull run or anything insane. These markets are currently hovering around $2 trillion. We obviously don't want to be there, but as the ultimate doomsday scenario, if we play out and we break that 75-cent range like I've been speaking about, we are looking in between his yellow and blue boxes. Those are perfect, absolutely perfect targets. I believe we are likely to reach an all-time high of between $1.50 and $2 by 2020. I believe we are headed towards that level. Our conservative estimates suggest that 100% of us could potentially reach double-digit territory, allowing XRP to reach its peak. Money must, in our opinion, rotate out of traditional markets and into cryptocurrency with rate cuts. This is 100% possible and warrants consideration. It's still very early in the game, people. Let's see how Q4 unfolds and then revisit the analysis.